Everybody, this is Tim. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I just want to talk a little bit about Artbreeder, which is a really cool website used to use deep learning to generate art, essentially. And I've known about the website for quite a while, and I've had some ideas of what to use it for the channel, and I'm going to pitch those ideas in a little bit. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about what it is and why it can potentially be useful if you don't know this website yet. Because for me personally, I am not the greatest in coming up with just unique designs or concepts, and a website like this can really help you in that process. So let me just just open up the website here. So here we're in Artbreeder, and all of the art here at the front page is generated by by deep learning, essentially. So none of this is manually made by people. Well, it was made by people using deep learning on this website, which I'm going to show you in a bit. But nothing is these are not portraits or whatever, hand painted or digitally painted. These are all generated by Artbreeder, and you can generate these yourself. And that's going to be really great if you come up with concepts, or if you need to do a mood board to present to a client or something like that. So let me just make one, just show you kind of how it works. Let me just press create, and yeah, let's just here you can select the category of like what type of thing do we want to create. Now let's say we want to create a landscape, and let's compose a landscape. And then here you can see some things that are already made, and here on the top you can already see some art appearing. And again, this is not being painted by actual people. This is being done by Artbreeder on the fly, and I really like this one, so I'm going to click on that one. So then it's going to save it out as a contact sheet there. You can see more art appearing. Again, this is all randomly generated. And you can use these sliders here, and it used to automatically update if you did that, but now it doesn't. But you can change some stuff here. For example, I want it to be a little bit more chaotic, and let's say I want to add some fog, and I want it to be a valley, for example. I'm going to press play. It's going to generate stuff based on my input here. So let's say I want a little bit more sunlight. It's going to generate some stuff with some more sunlight. You can see some warm sun here. Here's some sunlight. And you can see how you can just generate ideas this way, but just playing with these things. Let's say, all right, I don't want a red sky, and maybe I want to include a little bit of a river. Let's just see what it comes up with. If you do a really weird extreme parameters, sometimes it might break. All right, like this one looks really cool. So very hazy. So I'm gonna save that one. So you can just click on one to save it. And if you then want to refine this, so for example, I can now go into this one specifically, because the previous page was to generate unique concepts. And from here, you can play around with this existing image. So if I turn down the chaos, it might start looking weird. All right, so okay. So you can see if I really turn down the chaos, it just turns into a very regular landscape. I guess we can go a little bit in between. All right, so this looks pretty cool. Let's maybe add a little bit of a river. Let's see if that does something. Right, so you can see a little bit of a river coming in. Maybe a little bit more even. So you can see we can really create sort of a concept for stuff like this. You can also add things to this, or you can add a gene. For example, like here you have a bunch of stuff. Let's say I want to, like this looks cool. Maybe let's add that. And let's see what happens if we sort of mix that in. So now it's gonna sort of mix the sort of the style of those two things, and now we're getting something really cool. And like I couldn't come up with something like this myself in Photoshop. Like I could not do that. So from there you can save stuff out, and it says your high-res image is downloading and will appear in your downloads page. You have 3 high-res downloads left. So if you if you use a paid version, you can you can do more high-res downloads and some other stuff. But you can really see how this is just, well, this is really cool. Cool way to come up with some concepts. So there's more stuff you can do. So let me just favorite save this thing that I did, because I think it looks really cool. Oh, and you can also see, if you go to here to children, you can see variations on the same image. You can crossbreed with different images, where it's really gonna make a mix between the two. And now you can see I really have a mix between these two images. I guess I wanted to bias a little bit more in this direction. So and I can see we get a crossover of these two things. And then I can say save. Right, now I have it saved, and then I can mix it in later in other images as well. Right. So anyway, there's more stuff you can do. You could let's say if you want to do more of a motion designy type thing, and this is where I especially think it's going to be useful, and this is where my idea what I want to try with this on the channel is going to come in. You can see here some stuff that I saved. But let's just play around with this a little bit. Let's just generate some stuff. So you can see here we're getting some more abstracty type stuff. Well, not this one, of course, because that's really a city skyline. And so I don't want city skylines. So let's turn down the city skyline thing. Let's wait if we can find something. All right, I'm going to reset this. Let's do some random stuff. All right, maybe add a little bit of that one. Let's turn down the chaos maybe. And generate. All right, now we're starting to get some stuff that looks cool. Right. Like maybe something like that. And we could, let's try a little bit more organic, see what that does. Let's try to come up with, you can see here, down here, I already made one that I thought looked pretty cool. Or let's maybe do a little bit more geometry. Again, you can just click on them if you want to save them out. Okay, I'm going to remove the exoplanet thing. And let's add a little bit more microbiology. All right, yeah. Right, so let's say I like this one. I can click on that one, and then I can iterate on that one. So I can add more geometry. Let's add a little bit more chaos. Right, so now you're getting this nice cellular structure. And if you're looking at this, like this is really like if you're doing motion designy type stuff, this would be a really cool look, right? And if you're gonna try to come up with a look like this just in 3D, it's gonna take you, well, a lot of time. Adding a little bit of an eye in there. So yeah, there's just stuff like that. Looks really cool. Let's just save it out. There's more stuff you can do. You can say portraits. You can generate random faces, for example, here. So these are randomly generated people. And I could say, this one looks pretty realistic, by the way. I could say I wanted to be more artistic. And let's say, all right, maybe I want someone to be a little bit black on there. So, right, so now you can see you can get people of different cultures. And like this one, again, looks pretty realistic. These are more artistic. Again, you could also just put it to 0. Like, let's say we want more Asian looking people. You could do that as well. Again, more artsy, more realistic. But what you can also do is you can upload stuff in here. So I uploaded myself and it doesn't look... So this is not what I really look like. Like, I mean, wait, let me... so it already did some weird stuff by process. Like, this is what I really look like. So, and I don't necessarily look like this. But it already did some processing when I uploaded it. So you can play around with it. So... Brr, angry, brr. And let's add some chaos to my life. Chaos is me. Okay, this is starting to look really scary. All right, let's add a little bit of facial hair. I mean, not all of them are gonna look great, but you can see how essentially just uploading stuff or just playing around with this, so you can make interesting things. So let me crossbreed myself with this lady over here. Oh. No. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Oh, it gets worse. Oh my god. This could be... It's like, it's Voldemort. I'm Voldemort. All right, anyway. Yeah, you can create a bunch of stuff. You can create buildings, paintings, even furries and stuff like that, characters. So much cool stuff. Again, they also have paid profiles. So where do I find it? Pressing. So if you're going to use this for a client project, you have Breeder, fast image creation, so it's going to be faster. More image uploads, more high-res downloads, and you can see it's not even that expensive. So, and yeah, that way you're going to have more of a, just more detail, private mode, etc., etc. So if you're going to be using this for work, that might be a good idea to get a Paint account. So yeah, I personally think this is really cool. And what I kind of wanted to try with this before, and I actually had this idea a year ago already, and I didn't try it yet. But I mentioned before that maybe I want to have a go at live streaming at some point. And my idea was that it might be cool to just play with Artbreeder and then just try to come up with something weird, and then just try to sort of recreate something similar in Houdini. So it doesn't necessarily need to be the exact same thing. For example, like here's this thing that I made. Like this would be a cool, like if you try to do this in Houdini, that would be pretty cool. Like you can have a look, like this is a Voronoi type pattern. Like how do you generate this? How do you keep stuff close? Blah blah blah. I think that could make for interesting video. So that's an idea that I've had for a while. I just didn't do it yet. But anyway, let me know what you think of that idea. But aside from that, I just really wanted to show off Artbreeder. If you didn't know it yet, I think it can be a really useful tool to just help you come up with ideas and stuff like that. Or to expand on your ideas. If you already have some concepts, you can just throw them in there and just try variations on them. Like if you already made concept art, upload it, play with sliders to change your concept art, mix your concept art, stuff like that. So really cool stuff, I think, personally. Let me know what you think. If you liked this video, leave this a thumbs up. You can also leave this a thumbs down if you didn't like it. YouTube is no longer showing dislikes for some reason, which is a little bit weird, but they're not doing it anymore. Anyway, it still helps out the YouTube algorithm to either do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment if you want to ask stuff or leave feedback or whatever, and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in another video. So talk to you next time. Peace.